growing up around here, it's almost like I felt like when I was born, I could hear the river singing. It's like, you know, you just felt that in your soul. And right here we have the famous studio where a lot of people recorded here. Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, Paul Simon, I mean all the greats. I mean look at that, right through those doors all these people walk. It's from this ground that sound happened. Cher has a album cover where she's standing here, right here. There's a lot of people up there taking pictures. Wait a minute. I don't think this is even the studio, man. It's a widget. This is the building here where Todd and Wade, they lived together up here. It was kind of a place to congregate for all the people we hung out with. Scott Weaver had an apartment on the other end. But yeah, I remember sitting out here with Todd and Wade, just shooting the breeze, thinking about song ideas. I think these are still apartments, so maybe we could just walk up and take a look. Yeah, these are still apartments. Todd and Wade lived here in apartment number 1. I think we were writing Pent during this time. We better get out of here. Hey guys, these guys work at this place now, which used to be Bikes Plus back when they lived here. You guys remember Mine Station at all?
No, never heard of it.
No.
The first album, it was really magical actually. All 3 of us guys, you know, it was kind of new to all of us, so we all went into it. I mean, we were really devoted and we put a lot of effort into it. We recorded at the other famous Muscle Shoals studio, Snake Man Studios. It was Travis Walmack Studios, I believe. It was, I mean, almost right in the heart of the Muscle Shoals sound. It was out in Leeton, but it was close. It was about 62 miles north of the Singing River. Oh man, the first Mine Station shows, we found these masks that were like clown masks that we wore, and we would wear those during maybe the first or second song. They were really cool. Yeah, this is actually the bass that I played with Mine Station. It's in a little bad shape, but I plan on getting it restored. But anyway, we'd have these masks, and I kind of like that, yeah. We could just reenact this. Let me see. So it'd be kind of like, Todd and I moved into a house on Cloverdale Road, right across from where the Walmart is in Cloverdale. I would say that house played an important role in songwriting, and basically it was just a hub for a lot of the younger kids. I would come home every night, there'd be somebody different on the couch. It's where I met people like Adam Howard, Corey Hanna, Miles Tucker, Willie Carden. Actually, Willie moved in with us not too long after we were there.
I remember being in high school and all my friends hated Toby. That's not an exaggeration. A few guys I remember being like, that dude's such an asshole. Got to know Toby. Toby was super fun. Toby and Paul Cox and Todd Bean had a house together over on Cloverdale Road. Started hanging out over there all the time, and then all of a sudden we were writing songs together, me and Adam Howard and Toby and Paul.
I think the reason Mine Station quit playing was, I guess we all just kind of wanted to go back to school and try something different. The rumor around town was the guys in Mine Station were mad because I was playing in a band with Corey Hanna, so they were a little jealous. But I think that's ridiculous.
It was Corey Hanna. It was definitely Corey Hanna.
And we formed a band called Scurvy. and had a lot of good times. Made some demos, recorded a little bit at UNA, played at Club 13 several times. We put out a hymnal at one of our shows. It was called the Scurvy Revival, and I think we were all dressed up in, like, you know, button-up shirts and ties, and I think I handled some plastic snakes or some at some point in the night, and Toby, like, hand-wrote all the words to a bunch of our songs and made these little hymnals to give out at the show.
Toby Holder, I mean, definitely put me down for legend, because the man's a legend. He was a legend.
He's Adam. He's still living. My dad's not dead yet.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
sorry. I totally thought he died. He's not dead. Okay. God, will you cut. He would write songs at the most inconvenient times. Like, we're supposed to be somewhere on time, and he's writing a song somewhere, like in a gas station parking lot, and like just loses track of 3 hours. And it's like, so sorry I'm late, but look at this. And I'm like, I can be so mad that I would forgive him because the song was great. But I was like, look, never again am I going to be in a band with you. I can't deal with this. But then there was, White Chocolate and the Ramps that we were all both in together. So I kind of forgot about that too, I guess. Look, the man's got a gift. What can you say,
Adam and I decided to move to Starkville, Mississippi to go to school there. He moved up there a little earlier, so he met a guy named Jason Jones.
Toby Holder? Are you in there, Toby?
Who played in several bands around Starkville. So he was kind of like the me of Starkville. Ended up, Adam found us a house, which was on a road called Roundhouse Road. Of course, our house was this big round house. It was really weird. We started writing some songs, and we found Andy Sherman, who played in another local Starkville band. And that just kind of melted into White Chocolate, and that was a great band.
Golly, I don't remember meeting him. He was just there, and it was pretty great. I think it was like 1999, and we started a band, and I don't remember rehearsing the songs or learning them. We just kind of knew them. Sounds like a hippie thing to say, but it's true.
Beautiful mind, dangerous mind. Danger.
And White Chocolate, our songs were always interesting.
Nuttier than riding Siamese twin dolphins in a vat of acid. Nuts, bro.
There's a song called Chinese Mafia. Who knows where that came from? I wrote a song called What's It Like to Feed King Kong? We did a cover of Shaka Khan, which was always a crowd favorite. But yeah, that album's really good. I go back and listen to that sometimes too. Of course, it was recorded at the Roundhouse. We got asked to do this Jamie Cooper show the next morning. So of course we partied all that night and played. And so they come and bang on my door, and they're like, dude, we got to do this Jamie Cooper show. I was like, dude, it's like 6:30 in the morning. So they had on all their White Chocolate shirts, and I showed up in like this weird turtleneck, but it kind of worked for the show. It was a weird show though. They had us and some pets on, and maybe like the Mars Hill girls softball team. It was a good
Right
mix.
now we're going to one of the best bands in Mississippi, and they're gonna pay me later. White Chocolate.
Oh, the Ramps, man. That was a really fun project. That was just me and Adam. The White Stripes were big at the time, so we figured, hey, we could just do it, just a drummer and a guitar player. But we had a lot of fun. He was home from, he had graduated from state, and he was home for about 3 months while he was waiting on a job. And in those 3 months, we wrote about 10 Ramps songs. And Bradley Brock would play bass in a couple of them. People would just kind of come up and play, and then sit back down or whatever. And Doc Daly seems like he played saxophone or something on one of the songs. We only really played at Black Owl twice, and then like the Aromas Coffee Shop one time. But they were 3 fun gigs. Then Corey asked me to play in a band called Members Only. He said he wanted to start a 80s cover band. It was really cool. Played with Galen, Corey Martin, and then Party Patrick McDonald. We recorded in his basement where he did a lot of shows there.
I started an 80s cover band called Members Only. And who else was going to play bass except for Tony Horton. Toby Holder wasn't around a whole lot during those days, but Tony was. Tony was late a lot to practice, and you could always count on him to ask you for a couple dollars to go get a McChicken on the way home. Those were the good days.
You know, a lot of people think that maybe I was, playing patty cake on the Devil's Playground a little too much, but actually I have proof that it was actually, I was diagnosed as having multiple personalities from a professional doctor. He said I had two personalities, me and Tony Horton.
Tony Horton, yeah. You never knew some nights who was going to show up. It kind of got to that point. It's either going to be Toby or Tony. And if it was Toby, things were great. If it was Tony, still kind of great, but mostly. You're kind of hoping that's Toby. Either way, it's gonna be fun.
Good, bad, good, mostly good.
I remember his bass went out one night, or the community bass. None of us really had a bass at that point. We were all sharing an instrument with Galen Craven. And Jimbo Hart was there, so Jimbo goes to his apartment, grabs one of his basses and comes back with it. Next thing I know, Tony's rolling around with it on the ground. Probably playing 99 Love Balloons or something. And all I could think of was, please, dear God, don't break this bass. But he didn't, and it was awesome because Tony might be late a lot, but Tony could handle the bass duties Tony can handle the bass duties with the best of them.
Had a lot of great times. I would definitely call him a legend.
Hey Tyler, this is me, Timothy and George. We used to cruise together, man. I think you're f***ing cool as shit. Love you, bud.
Toby Holder's good, man. I think that's all I got. Love me some Toby.
Toby, the rock and roller. Hey man, never laughed with anybody as hard as I've laughed with you, man. Love you, brother.
Heck of a guy. Miss him every day.
I love you, T-Bob. Stay awesome. Chill. Bye.
What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong with you? Your mouth obeys the impulse that your brain sends to